For centuries, scammers have thrived on human vulnerability. They have always been around, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. From the bustling marketplaces of ancient times to the quiet corners of small towns, these tricksters have honed their craft, perfecting the art of deception. They exploit trust, manipulate emotions, and prey on our desire for easy gains. Their methods are as varied as the people they target, but the goal is always the same: to separate the unsuspecting from their hard-earned money. The methods have evolved, but the core principle remains the same: deception for profit. Whether it's a smooth-talking charmer or a cunning trickster, the essence of the scam is unchanged. In the past, scams often played out on street corners and in back alleys. These were the places where the con artists plied their trade, using the cover of anonymity to their advantage. Con artists relied on charisma, sleight of hand, and carefully crafted stories. They were masters of illusion, able to make the impossible seem real and the improbable seem likely. These scams were often localized, limited by physical proximity and access to potential victims. The con artist had to be physically present, engaging directly with their marks. Think of the classic pigeon drop trick. A con artist finds a mark and convinces them to put up money for a share of a larger sum. Often found money, the mark loses their investment and the scammer disappears. The victim is left bewildered, wondering how they could have been so easily deceived. These traditional scams might seem quaint in the digital age, but they provide a crucial lesson. Scammers are adaptable. They understand human psychology. They know how to push the right buttons to get the desired reaction. Today, the battleground has shifted from physical spaces to the digital realm. The internet has opened up new avenues for scammers, allowing them to reach a global audience with just a few clicks. But the essence of the scam remains the same, and they will always be on the lookout for new opportunities to exploit. As long as there are people willing to believe in the promise of easy money, there will be scammers ready to take advantage. The birth of the internet and the rise of digital technology brought about unprecedented change. Communication became instant, information readily available, and commerce transcended geographical boundaries. Yet, this digital revolution also opened doors for a new breed of criminal. The introduction of digital payment systems was a pivotal moment. Credit cards, online banking, and e-wallets offered convenience and efficiency. But these systems also created new vulnerabilities. Data breaches, phishing attacks, and online fraud became significant concerns. The transition wasn't immediate. Many early internet users were tech-savvy, aware of the potential risks, but as technology became more user-friendly, more people entered the digital world. This rapid expansion created a vast pool of potential victims, many unfamiliar with the lurking dangers. Cybercrime quickly evolved into a global industry. No longer confined by geographical boundaries, scammers could operate from anywhere with an internet connection. They targeted individuals, businesses, and even governments. Phishing emails became increasingly sophisticated, mimicking legitimate companies and organizations. Malware infected computers and stole sensitive data. Online marketplaces became breeding grounds for counterfeit goods and fraudulent transactions. Law enforcement agencies struggled to keep up. The anonymous nature of the internet provided cover for cybercriminals. Tracing transactions and identifying perpetrators became increasingly complex, requiring new tools and international cooperation. The rise of cybercrime highlighted the need for robust cybersecurity measures. It also exposed the vulnerability of our increasingly interconnected world. Modern scammers are often skilled manipulators, tech-savvy and adaptable. They're not just petty criminals, they are sophisticated operators who understand the intricacies of the digital world. These individuals are constantly evolving, learning new techniques, and finding innovative ways to exploit vulnerabilities. Their adaptability makes them particularly dangerous, as they can quickly pivot their strategies to stay ahead of law enforcement and cybersecurity measures. They understand how to exploit technology and human psychology to achieve their goals. By leveraging social engineering tactics, they can manipulate people into divulging sensitive information or performing actions that compromise security. This combination of technical prowess and psychological insight allows them to craft highly convincing scams that can deceive even the most vigilant individuals. They might be individuals operating independently, loosely organized groups, or even state-sponsored actors. Independent scammers often work from the shadows, using anonymity to their advantage. Organized groups, on the other hand, can pool resources and expertise to launch more sophisticated attacks. State-sponsored actors have the backing of government resources, making them particularly formidable adversaries. Some specialize in phishing attacks, crafting emails designed to trick recipients into revealing sensitive information. These emails often appear to come from trusted sources, such as banks or colleagues, making them difficult to identify as fraudulent. The goal is to obtain login credentials, financial information, or other data that can be used for further exploitation. Others create fake websites that mimic legitimate businesses, tricking users into making fraudulent purchases or downloading malware. These websites are often meticulously designed to look authentic, complete with logos, product images, and customer reviews. Once a user enters their payment information or downloads a file, the scammer can steal their money or infect their device with malicious software. Social media has become a fertile hunting ground for scammers. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter provide a wealth of personal information that can be used to tailor scams to specific individuals. By analyzing a person's posts, likes, and connections, scammers can craft messages that are highly relevant and convincing. They create fake profiles, build trust, and then exploit that trust for financial gain. These fake profiles can be used to initiate romantic relationships, offer fake job opportunities, or solicit donations for bogus charities. Once trust is established, the scammer can manipulate their victim into sending money or sharing sensitive information. Romance scams, investment schemes, and online charity scams are just a few examples of how social media can be used for malicious purposes. In romance scams, the scammer pretends to be romantically interested in the victim, eventually asking for money to deal with a fabricated emergency. Investment schemes promise high returns with little risk, luring victims into parting with their savings. Online charity scams exploit people's generosity, collecting donations for non-existent causes. Understanding the motivations and methods of modern scammers is crucial for developing effective countermeasures. By studying their tactics, cybersecurity experts can devise strategies to protect individuals and organizations from falling victim to these schemes. Public awareness campaigns can also play a vital role in educating people about the dangers of online scams and how to recognize them. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, requiring ongoing adaptation and innovation. As scammers develop new techniques, cybersecurity professionals must stay one step ahead, continually updating their defenses and finding new ways to thwart these ever-evolving threats. The battle against online scams is relentless, but with vigilance and innovation, it is possible to stay protected. The impact of cybercrime extends far beyond financial loss. Victims often experience emotional distress, reputational damage, and a loss of trust in online platforms. Identity theft can have long-lasting consequences, affecting credit scores, employment opportunities, and even personal relationships. Businesses targeted by cyber attacks may suffer data breaches, operational disruptions, and significant financial losses, potentially leading to bankruptcy. The erosion of trust in online platforms is another significant concern. As scams become more sophisticated, individuals may hesitate to engage in online transactions, impacting e-commerce and the digital economy as a whole. Addressing the impact of cybercrime requires a multifaceted approach. It's not just about recovering stolen funds, it's about providing support for victims, rebuilding trust, and creating a safer online environment for everyone. As technology continues to advance, so too will the methods employed by cybercriminals. The digital landscape is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and with it, the tactics of those who seek to exploit vulnerabilities. Cybercriminals are becoming more sophisticated, leveraging the latest advancements in technology to carry out their malicious activities. This means that the threats we face today are not only more numerous, but also more complex and harder to detect. Artificial intelligence, while holding immense potential for good, also presents new challenges in the fight against cybercrime. AI can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can help us predict and prevent cyber attacks, but on the other, it can be used to create more sophisticated and harder to detect threats. The same algorithms that can be used to protect us can also be turned against us. AI-powered phishing attacks could be incredibly convincing, crafting personalized emails that are difficult to distinguish from legitimate communication. These emails can be tailored to the recipient's interests and behaviors, making them more likely to be opened and acted upon. This level of personalization and sophistication makes traditional phishing detection methods less effective. Deepfakes, AI-generated videos that realistically mimic individuals, could be used to spread misinformation or manipulate individuals for financial gain. These videos can be so realistic that they are almost indistinguishable from genuine footage, making it difficult for people to discern the truth. The potential for harm is significant, as deepfakes can be used to damage reputations, influence public opinion, or even commit fraud. The rise of the Internet of Things also creates new vulnerabilities. As more devices become connected to the Internet, the potential entry points for cybercriminals increase. Each connected device represents a possible weak link in the security chain, and if one device is compromised, it can provide access to the entire network. As everyday devices become increasingly interconnected, they offer a wider attack surface for cybercriminals. From smart thermostats to connected security cameras, each device can be a target. Once inside the network, cybercriminals can move laterally, accessing sensitive information or even taking control of critical systems. Hacked IoT devices could be used to steal data, disrupt critical infrastructure, or even cause physical harm. Imagine a scenario where a hacked smart home system disables security alarms or unlocks doors, putting residents at risk. The consequences of such breaches can be severe, affecting not just individual users but also businesses and public services. Preparing for the future of cybercrime requires proactive measures. It's not enough to react to threats as they arise. We must anticipate and mitigate them before they can cause harm. This involves staying informed about the latest developments in cyber threats and continuously updating our defenses. Investing in AI-powered cybersecurity solutions, promoting ethical AI development, and educating the public about emerging threats will be crucial. By leveraging AI for defense, we can stay one step ahead of cybercriminals. Ethical AI development ensures that the technology is used responsibly, and public education empowers individuals to protect themselves. Together, these strategies can help create a safer digital future for everyone. Building a safer tomorrow: cybersecurity in a digital age.